Hello everybody, Brad Zook here. It's a beautiful summer day, late summer day. Thought I'd come down to the river today and just shoot a hopefully not too long video. So full disclosure, as most of you already know, I have never been a Jehovah's Witness. At this point I've never even set foot in a Kingdom Hall even once in my life. But when I first started studying about what the Jehovah's Witnesses were all about, I had absolutely no idea what they were all about. And I was thinking, how on earth could they be getting so many doctrines so wrong from a Bible perspective? I mean, they didn't seem to have anything right. Didn't make any sense to me. One thing I noticed was, for example, like birthdays. Why are birthday parties and birthday celebrations forbidden? And I started studying a little bit more, and I found out that anniversaries are not forbidden. So you can celebrate the anniversary of your marriage, the 6th-year anniversary of your marriage, but you can't celebrate the 6th-year anniversary of the birth of your child. And it didn't make much sense to me. Then I started looking at all the different holidays that were forbidden, and you have, well, at least in America, you got New Year's and Memorial Day and Independence Day, July 4th, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and all the birthdays. Those are all forbidden, but for some reason you can celebrate anniversaries of your marriage. The only thing I could see that they all had in common was all those other ones, the Memorial Day, Independence Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas, birthdays, those were all times when extended families would gather together. Like if you're an adult, that'd probably be some of the only times, maybe, if your brothers and sisters, your adult brothers and sisters lived a couple hundred miles away, or your parents, that'd probably be the only time you'd see them would be Thanksgiving and Christmas. At least that'd be the main time. But anniversaries, wedding anniversaries, that would be more just the couple. They'd probably go out to dinner or something like that. So it seemed to be that all of the forbidden celebrations were those where you would associate with your extended family and friends, and the ones that were okay were those where it was just you and your spouse. Then that was the real moment where I had, and sort of my waking up to the truth about the truth, and I realized, wow, they were actually not making these doctrines based on the Bible. They were making it based on what rules would help this organization to continue. So it was like they were coming up with their man-made doctrinal beliefs first, and then they would scan through the Bible to try to find some way to justify it. Because let me tell you, growing up not as a Jehovah's Witness, I've been to many birthday parties in my life, and the vast majority of them did not result in anybody being beheaded. I don't know the exact figures. I'm guessing it's somewhere close to 100% of the birthday parties I've been to. No one got beheaded. So, beliefs, practices first, and then scan the Bible to try to find some way to justify those beliefs. So that was a real eye-opener for me, and I realized right then, man, this is something completely different than I'm dealing with than I originally thought that it was. So once I started gaining all this, knowledge about the Watchtower and everything, I thought, maybe somebody should make a video based on, something I was thinking of at the time. And then I thought, gee, I wonder if I could make a video. And so I was kind of worried, actually, at how I would be received by the ex-Jehovah's Witness community. So my first channel was called, like, The Truth Hurts with a Z or something like that. I don't know. It's not on YouTube anymore. And I didn't use my name, and I think I even ran my voice through, like, software to alter it. It was really kind of silly. But then I realized, you know what? I'm not doing anything wrong. The only reason I'd be making a video is just to try to help people. So I said, I'm not doing anything wrong, the heck with it. So I called my channel by my name, Brad Zook, and I put my face such that it is on video. This is me, Brad Zook. And like I said, my main thing I was worried about is how the ex-Jehovah's Witness community would receive me. I thought maybe I'd get comments like, well, you've never been a Jehovah's Witness. Who do you think you are, commenting on us? You don't know what we've been through. Because let's face it, by definition, the Jehovah's Witnesses are raised to not accept people who are not part of their group. So that's what I was worried about. So I was really nervous when I made my first video, and let me tell you, I found just the opposite to be true. I found the Jehovah's Witness community to be so nice and so accepting of me, an outsider, I guess you could say. So I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that that old saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And that's certainly what I found to be the truth. And as a matter of fact, a couple years ago, Katie Kitten made me an honorary apostate. and we were just goofing around back when we were typing back and forth on one of her videos or one of mine or something. But seriously, that actually did mean a lot to me, that I was made an honorary apostate. And I did consider it to be an honor. I mean, we all know that the actual definition of an apostate is somebody that leaves their religion or their political party. I never did either of those things, so I'm technically not an apostate. But the Watchtower's definition of apostate is somebody, basically anybody who's against them. So that pretty much qualifies me as being an apostate. You know, another thing I want to talk about in the, just kind of like my personal message to the ex-Jehovah's Witness community. First of all is thank you for being so nice and accepting of me. And second, you know, I've heard every now and then some people think that if it's not roosters, it's frogs. So, some people saying that, you know, that every now and then they, in their back of their mind, this thought would come up, did I do the right thing? You know, am I, for a Jehovah's Witness, I mean, who is left, they're thinking, am I falling for Satan's lie just like they told me? Or maybe they'll watch the news and see some bad things happening on the news and think, wow, could this really be the end, just like they told me? Have I made a mistake? I think of it this way. In America, we have the Grand Canyon. It's this huge, big canyon in Arizona. It's 277 miles long. At the widest part, from one rim to the other, it is as wide as 18 miles across. So think of it this way. You have the Jehovah's Witnesses who say that they follow the Bible better than anybody. And the Bible says, by this everyone will know that you are my followers, that you have love for one another. And then on the other side of the Grand Canyon, you have how the kind of love that is actually found in the Kingdom Hall. What do I mean? For example, let's say you're a Jehovah's Witness and you decide that you say, you know what, to your brothers and sisters, I don't think that my spiritual gift is in preaching. So instead of going out in field service from now on, I'm going to go volunteer at the local soup kitchen because I think that my spiritual gift is in helping people. And I'm going to help out at the local soup kitchen, and I'm going to, you know, feed homeless people, and I'm going to talk to them and be encouraging to them. You guys go ahead and go out in field service. This is what I'm going to do with my time. Or if you said, you know what, you tell your fellow Jehovah's Witnesses, I just really have read the Bible and I don't see anywhere where it says I can't have a birthday party for my son, so his 6th birthday party is this weekend, you're welcome to come. Well, how long is that love from the friends going to last if that's how you start conducting yourself? If you say you don't want to go out in field service anymore and you don't, you'll find probably that love will disappear very quickly and you're going to be pushed to the outside as being spiritually weak. Which really asks the question then, do they love you or do they love what you do? Because if the love comes to an end as soon as you are not doing what you're supposed to be doing, doesn't that in fact mean that they don't love you? They actually love the things that you do. I should hardly think that's the kind of love that Jesus was talking about when he said, you will know you're my followers by the love. So how do you reconcile those two things? They seem to be very far apart. Even farther than that, on one side, one rim of the Grand Canyon, we have, this is Jehovah's Spirit-led organization. And then 18 miles across the way on the other side, we have an organization that has policies in place that protect men who rape children. I'm sorry, but that's the policies. And if you're a Jehovah's Witness watching this and you don't believe that, go look at the organization's literature yourself. Shepherd the Flock of God, or the Body of Elders letters, the stuff that you're not supposed to see. You will find that they do indeed have these policies in place that at least result in pedophiles being protected. How on earth can you reconcile those two things? We're Jehovah's organization, and we're an organization that protects pedophiles. There's no way you can reconcile those two things. And you certainly can't put in there the statement, well, they're just imperfect men. They're just imperfect men. That would be the equivalent of going down to your local hardware store and buying a stepladder and thinking that you're going to traverse that spans between those two things. Not possible. I don't care how much you take a running leap and try to jump from one side of the Grand Canyon to the other. It doesn't matter. You're not going to be able to reconcile those two things. And certainly, they're just imperfect men is not going to reconcile it. So, if you've ever thought to yourself, gee, did I do the right thing? Let me tell you, from an outsider's perspective, looking at the whole thing, and I don't have a personal axe to grind, you absolutely did the right thing if you left. They're wrong, and you're right. Thanks for listening. Bye.